On this special series edition of GRG, we present to you Datsunheaven Australia. Come on the journey with us as we check out some of the best Datsuns on the East Coast, all the way from Brisbane to Adelaide and in between. Unlike Part 1 in Southern California, we'll be featuring more than just 510s. We are Grassroots Garage, and this is a Datsunheaven series. Well, that's one way to make an entrance. On this episode of Grassroots Garage Datsunheaven, we head to Goulburn and catch up with Toby from TG Mechanical and Rally Prep. As we arrived, there were literally Datsuns scattered everywhere at all different stages of a restoration process. Toby gave us a lowdown on building rally cars and possibly owning one of the first Sr20 converted 1600s, which he then went on to use to represent New South Wales in our State of Origin shed skid competition.
We've been to a lot of places, but I reckon we might have just found Datsunheaven. Come in here and look at this thing here. Look at this shed. It's Toby's shed. Toby, thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, mate. Hey, everyone.
Mate, we're going to start out here. Toby, let's go outside and let's look at this first Datsun out here.
So this 1600 is the longest I've ever owned one. I've owned a lot, like lost count a long time ago, since early mid-90s I've had them. Bought this off a mate's dad in probably 08 maybe, and it had the SR in it, non-turbo SR in it, and wasn't painted. A really good friend of mine, may he rest in peace, now painted it. Back then, just as it is, straight off the gun. It's a closed door, but all new old stock lights and whatnot, because that was all available then. And then did the suspension, Recaros, whatnot, some retractable seat belts, made it a bit safer and more comfortable, and just a really, really nice road car.
NA SR20.
So the story behind this, there's a lot of history. So this is, as far as anyone knows, it's the first SR20 conversion ever done, at least in New South Wales, possibly in Australia. So I've got the receipts. Stuart Wilkins did it for my mate's dad back in 91 from memory. Ooh. So Stu was at Triple SN before he started SW Motorsport. Mate and his dad went there and they were going to put FJ in it. And then this front cut was sitting there and they said, "What's that?" You had no idea what it was. And 5,000 Ks on the odometer, which back then might have been actually legit.
Might have been legit.
Unlike now, but and Stu said, "Oh well, it's an SR20," and they said, "Well, can we put that one in? It's a new one." And they said, "Well, I don't know, we've never done it." But so I've got receipts of it going in and out and in and out, and Stu's fitting kits are based on this car, and
wow,
yes, a lot of history with it.
So that would have been an S13?
Yes, silver top S13, yeah. So it was a brand new S13, half a car.
And so they had the 5-speed behind them already, and then it's just the tail shaft to the disc.
And it's all, it's factory ECU, it's completely standard.
So are these mounts the mounts you would have made back in the day?
Oh yeah.
The fabricated mounts. Gawler's going to get a real tight shot of it later. And you can watch me going in and going, ooh, pretending like I know what I'm looking at. Oh yes, I can see what he's done here. Yes, definitely looks like metal down there, Ryan. That's cool. So this is like the original car.
Well, yeah, I've never been able to find a conversion done before this. It's possible, obviously, but as far as anyone knows, and obviously I know a lot of Datto guys, and no one really knows of one done before this, like 91, it's a long time ago.
We're going to find out anyway. Someone's going to
somebody will for sure.
Proof or nothing. If you're going to comment, we're going to need some receipts and some proof.
But it's very old school, and yeah, like as far as SRs goes, it's probably got 20,000 Ks of it. Assuming the odometer's correct, which you know back then it probably was, I would say.
If I unlimited budgeted you, would you swap it out for a turbo, or this is it?
No, I'd keep it. I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say you couldn't now with the history.
No, I'd leave it. I would I'd probably maybe do GDIR throttle bodies.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, I thought at the Ford.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, the way this car drives, I can just get in it. I've driven it Lakes Entrance for rallies, like to service. Yeah. Driven it Taree, like anywhere. I can drive it anywhere.
Yeah, that's mad.
It's really good.
Can we go in? Can we go in and have a look at some of these rally cars? Let's go.
Yeah, so TG Mechanical is my business. Like I'm a mobile mechanic, but I specialise in Datsun's here.
Got ya.
Most of my work is on site with a truck, like a lot of farm work and whatnot.
Yeah.
But all the, as you can see, there's just Datsuns everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's just sort of boomed lately. There's cars at panel shops now getting done, and like full restos.
Like mostly rally or?
No, it's mostly road cars. Like this is a road car I'm doing now. This is a customer's car.
Yeah. What's going in it?
There's a 2.3 litre L series stroker in it now.
Let's have a little look at it. Yes.
So he wanted to keep it old school. He wanted these. These are worth looking at. So these are original Nissan Works wheels that are very unobtainable. But this customer, a friend of mine, imported 16 of them from New Zealand.
That's rad.
Yeah, and I've always wanted a set, so I've got a set put away. But
so what are they? They're 15.
They're 15 by 7. So they're on the 240 RS they were on.
Yeah.
And there's 15 by 6s too, which I'm going to use on my rally car.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is quite nice.
Coilovers in the front, I can see, obviously.
Coilovers in the front. Yeah, it's got full braided lines, the whole car.
Yeah.
I took it down to Neil Bates Motorsport in Canberra to do that. Mm-hmm. And then, my Autolex rewiring it now, so it's all hidden and nice and neat. And I've got an RB20 box to build for it. Put an L series bell housing on it.
Yeah. Okay.
What else? Got disc brakes, Subaru 4.4 LSD. That's be a nice car.
Why did the Datsun guys go to Subaru? Because then it goes to the.
Well, the Subaru R180 is the same, bolts in.
There you go.
So front flange is different. The pins off the back you remove and put bolts in.
Yeah.
But then Stu Wilkins does these little adapters because Datsun's 25 spline, these 27.
Yes.
So you can either do a CV conversion, or if you want to use half shafts, Stu does these little billet adapters that click in, and then you bolt the half shafts in.
So did Subaru just flog their design off Datsun?
I don't know. Well, even the old Subaru's got R160s too, like Brumbies and stuff.
So you said R180. What's that out of?
So this is out of a WRX.
A Rexy, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a 4.44 WRX.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's factory LSD.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but it's got the R31 brakes on the back, the discs, and the 4-spots on the front, and electric power steering too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let's have a look at it for.
And you would know the good man Jamie Waterhouse does that.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's have a look. We had a guy the other day saying that's the one thing he changed. We're like, oh yeah. So we'll find out what Mr. Waterhouse is doing in here.
Let's open this up, shall we?
You can get a mad shot of it down from here, Ryan. So that's
probably easier there, is it? But, can you see there? There you go.
So it looks like it just grabs the shaft, does it?
Yeah, grabs the factory column.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's it? It's a Suzuki Swift, isn't it?
Ignis.
Suzuki Ignis.
Yeah.
Yep.
After rallying with it, I could never ever go back.
Really?
I don't know how I ever used to rally with that.
So it senses what you're doing and just helps you.
No, it's assisted. Like, you can have it on a potentiometer, like on a dial.
Oh yeah.
But there's no need. I just find it perfect as is.
Yeah.
So.
That is right.
And then the Taco Dash 2, factory Triple S Taco Dash.
Was that worth? Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Oh, somebody was advertising one for $750, so they're getting up there. Anything Datsun's getting expensive now. But yeah, this is a nice car. Well, they're new old stock car lots too, brand new. That when back in the day, me and the Canberra boys bought a lot, everything.
Yeah.
We had a guy at Lennox Nissan who could still get stuff where other dealers would be like, there's nothing Datsun left.
Yeah.
And old Fred would be able to find stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sitting on a shelf.
He'd find it. Yeah.
I've got a Holden Gemini badge, just a badge that had been sitting in some Holden, and they've finally cleared out their
Yeah, and found it still there.
What the hell is this?
But he could source it. Could source it from other places.
That's mad.
He was incredible. Yeah.
Is this some of your rally heritage up on the wall?
The orange car is.
Yeah.
The orange car is me. I built that in early 2000s.
Yeah.
That car's still rallying now, actually.
Okay.
It went to South Australia, and then a mate bought it back.
Yeah.
So it's back over here. It's still rallying.
That's mad.
It's still in one piece. Yep.
Well, tell us about this yellow one here.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about this.
That's old school. That's
Yeah.
old. That's 98. That's the 98 4-cylinder and rotary nut. So that's where I won the burnout comp.
That's mad.
So they did
I
it.
think I've got that on video somewhere.
Get it out, Ryan.
So a friend of mine, Ben Lygax, who you should try and catch up with in Canberra, he's got a really nice, two actually, he's got a really good FJ one. And I remember at the start of this, we were both petrified. And he was behind me, he goes, right, I've got a turbo car, if you can't do it, or if it's a shit burnout, I'll fly the Datsun flag behind you.
Yeah.
And so I did a pretty good one, and he was in third gear, just absolutely nailing it. But got to the donut pad and just overheated.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think honestly Ben would have won, but he didn't go far enough.
Got ya.
Whereas that L series just went on and on.
Yeah.
And on and on and on.
Yeah. Let's get back to the rally car and have a bit of a look around. So just run us through the final build in your head, just like describe it to us.
Well, I mean, it's actually not that far off now, even though it looks like it is. It's not too far off.
Yeah.
But it's got the proper MCA golds and the big brakes, vented front and rear and 4-spot rears, pedal box, all adjustable. It's just about like front end.
Yes.
Adjustable caster rods, control arms, bigger tyre, the big thick tyre rods. Mm-hmm. Electric power steer again.
Yes. Another Waterhouse?
Yeah, another Jamie one. Yep. L series, it's only a L18 stroker to 2 litres, built to the really old PRC rules, which you could only have an L18 block. Now you can have an L20 block. So most guys run 2.4s. Yeah. So this is actually a 1998. Nice. Or thereabouts. So it's under 2 litre. But a RB20 box with the Albans gear set. R180 old school clutch LSD 4:8 ratio. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Set Jamie's CVs are going to go in it. Yeah. All at adjustable rear end. Yeah. Tower to tower cage, Bonds cage. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 2-pack painted and all the braided lines front to rear, and it's.
I love it. Tell me about, like, this is additional. This is Datson's bracing. This is additional stuff.
Yeah, that's old school. It's still worth doing, but you know these when they used to get rallied, they had 6-point alloy cages. Yeah. So you have to strengthen the chassis or they just fall apart.
What else I wouldn't know. What else am I looking at that's like above, like this is factory through here, that's a strengthening rod?
So that's actually for a sill stand instead of these.
Oh yeah?
You have a stand, triangular stand with a pin. Oh yeah. It goes in there, so it only sits like that, a triangle. Mm-hmm. So I'm yet to buy or make them. But
so when you shut your doors, you'll see it?
So that's here.
Yeah, right.
The sill.
Okay.
Yep. And then you can't see that there's underbody protection on it.
Yeah.
You can see the white stuff underneath it.
Oh yeah, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
And so this is factory through here?
No, that's all plated.
All plated?
Yep, inside and out, the rails. The cage goes to the back of the tower.
Is this extra through here? Is around like
that's all factory. It's just all seam welded everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything in the floor and the tops? It's all underneath?
No, there's just seat mounts there.
Okay.
And yeah, cage, I just added these bars in there because I don't run coilovers, so that's to the top of the spring seat because there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back's very simple. Yep. There's nothing in the boot bar a fuel pump.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the spare wheel here. Mm-hmm. Like make a little. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, whether I make a little cage or strap it in, but I don't want it in the boot.
Yes.
I want it here, so the weight's there and not hanging out the back, because the back will have to fall off these cars when there's rallying with a lot of weight in the back. Yeah. So their battery here, like so there's tiny little motorbike battery there.
Is that a normal spot to put them, or that's something different you ordered?
Battery?
Yeah.
No, people are starting to do it now. So you've got really short leads.
Yeah.
So smaller leads, so light, because I've built this car as light as I can.
Yep.
So that's the only bit of glass will be.
Oh yeah.
Everything else is Perspex.
So what do you do how do you pressurise the cab then?
Well, with all the doors and windows shut and the air coming in with the vents open,
it doesn't.
It just with the air coming in, it won't allow the dust to suck in through the holes.
Got ya.
And it doubles as cooling for you and the navigator.
Third option, you take it in the shed, you do a big skid,
or that.
and if smoke.
Yes. I could do that. There we go, I could do that. Instant smoke machine.
You just make sure you film it.
That's a smoke machine sitting outside.
All jokes aside, don't mind if we do.
Not bad.
You may have noticed this little orange 1600 lurking in the background. Head over to the Instagram and make sure you follow at Grassroots Garage, because this little beast will be part of our GRG short stories. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed the episode, and stay tuned, we've got plenty more on the way.